Hello and welcome. My name is Angie Holden and I'm the blogger behind The Country Chic Cottage. In this video, we are going to talk about what DTG printing is. Now on this YouTube channel, I talk a lot about DTF printing. DTF is direct to film. DTG printing, which we're going to talk about today, is direct to garment printing. So it is printing directly on a garment. So no film is needed, you're printing directly on the fabric. So the printers that I'm going to show in this video, I actually don't have here. I went to an event at Heat Press Nation along with Epson, and I got a chance to play with a lot of equipment. And that included printing a DTG shirt. I'll show you that here. So black shirt, yes, DTG does have white ink and can completely go on a dark garment. And it can also go on any type of fabric. However, there are some caveats to DTG as with any type of apparel decoration method. So let's dive into DTG printing. As I mentioned, DTG stands for direct to garment printing. That is printing with ink directly on your fabric surface. However, I mentioned those caveats as far as the fabric surface. That is because the fabric surface needs to be pre-treated. In the case of what I'm going to show you, I used a blank from Ready to Print Apparel. So they already pre-treat the shirts. The pre-treatment process can be pretty lengthy. I'm going to encourage you, if you're just dipping your toe into DTG printing, perhaps start with pre-treated garments and then move on from there to treating your own garments, because that is a whole other setup. And I can get into that in a later video if I ever get a DTG setup where I'm pre-treating the shirts. But for now, I am going to use garments from them that have already been pre-treated. You can find other places online that sell apparel that is already pre-treated as well. And with the machines that I'm going to show you, you can also print onto film and do a DTF process. So if it's something like you want to put a transfer on a hat, you would use the DTF process. The DTG process would be for things that are flat, like a t-shirt for my example project. So let's talk a little bit about why pre-treatment of the shirts is necessary. If you've ever done a screen printing of white ink on black, you will know that you need multiple layers of the white in order for it to pop off of the black. What the pre-treatment is doing is making that surface so the white sort of sits on top, so you need fewer layers to get a great result. As I said, I use shirts that were already pre-treated. However, there are ways to pre-treat just by hand with a spray bottle. Then there are also more professional pre-treat solutions that you can get if you are running a small business. So if you're printing on a white shirt, you could actually skip the pre-treatment step because you don't need the extra layer in order for the shirt not to absorb the white. So because I am printing on black, I did need to make sure to use a shirt that had pre-treatment applied. So let's contrast this with other apparel decorating methods. So DTG, you need pre-treated garments, or you need to pre-treat the garment that you have. It needs to be flat so it can fit in the printer. It can print on any color. It can also print on any type of fabric. And the ink is printing directly on the fabric. So the hand feel is really nice. So yes, you can feel it. However, it feels almost like it's part of the fabric. So it feels better than a DTF product or something because you don't have any adhesive layer when you were talking about DTG. Now, sublimation on the other hand, which we also talk a lot about here, goes on polyester fabrics and it infuses into the fabric. So it has zero hand feel. So if I was doing a polyester white shirt, I would opt for sublimation. However, if I had a dark color garment that I needed for an order, let's say, and I had a DTG printer, I would probably opt for DTG. Or alternatively, DTF printing works on dark colors and all types of garments as well. And you don't have to have any equipment to do the DTF printing because you can order DTF prints from a place like Ninja Transfers. And then of course there's HTV and screen printing. So screen printing ink onto the fabric, or cutting HTV with your Cricut machine and applying it to the fabric, which sits on top. So there are a variety of ways to add an image to apparel. Which one you choose is going to completely depend on your budget for the shirt itself, your budget for equipment up front, whether you want the equipment at all. Perhaps you are not interested in a DTG printer, that is fine. You can use this video to learn more about the process so you know what it is when people talk about DTG, and you can opt for DTF or sublimation instead. There is a reason there are so many apparel decoration methods out there. That is because there's an apparel decoration for everyone. So I don't want to miss DTG by not talking about it. although we'll get down to it and the equipment is pretty expensive at this point in time. But I need to clarify that DTG printers, when I first learned about them, were huge. They were way bigger than would fit in a craft space. Epson has made these printers smaller and thus more affordable than probably ever before. So DTG printers are becoming smaller, more affordable, and in the future we might see that trend continue. So learning about DTG now is always a good idea. So when you think about DTG, think full color, including white, photo quality prints, prints that print directly on any fabric. So that is what DTG is. So how does DTG work? So you could use basically any design. You could use designs intended for sublimation. You could use designs intended for HTV. You could use designs intended to be used with DTF. You could use all of those designs and or photos with DTG. Then you would pull those into the program for your printer. In the case of the Epson printer that I am using, that program is called Epson Garment Creator, and it is for Windows or Mac. So you just need to open the file within the program and resize it. Now, I am going to use the largest size possible for the printer that I am going to show in this video. I am going to compare and contrast a couple of different DTG printers in a few minutes in this video. So one larger, one smaller. I am using the larger of the two in the example project. Then remember, you do need a pre-treated shirt. So your shirt does need to have pre-treatment on it in order for you to print directly on that shirt. So in this case, like I said, I am using a shirt that has already been ran through the pre-treatment process by the place where it was purchased. So you do want to preheat that shirt before you get started. So I'm gonna go ahead and preheat the shirt, then add the shirt to the printer. It has a flat platen that will print on. You just wanna make sure that the shirt is located correctly, that it's straight, and then there's a frame that goes around the outside edge, and you just tuck all excess pieces of the shirt around the platen. Then all that's left to do is to hit print in the software and hit the start button on the printer, and the printer starts to print directly on the shirt. Now, this particular printer has different quality levels, and the quality I'm using here is best. So it did print 2 layers of white and then a layer of color. If you use a lower quality when printing, it will print only 1 layer of white and then color over the top. We actually printed a few shirts and I didn't see a ton of difference. Every single shirt that came out of this printer was very high quality and looked really great. Then once it's done printing, the ink will be, I'm gonna say, wet. However, we didn't have any issues even if, you accidentally touched it or something with the ink smudging. But they do recommend that you do not touch the ink until you cure it with a heat press. So you go ahead and remove the garment from the printer and add it to the heat press, add protective paper over the top, and press. For the high quality print that I have here, I pressed about 2 minutes. So you want to press it, I started with 90 seconds, then I lifted. And if you still see steam, you might want to press a bit more. So you're just making sure all the moisture is out of there and the ink is fully dried, fully cured. Once that heat cure is complete, you just remove the protective paper. Now that protective paper should just release off of your print. If it is pulling at all, go ahead and heat that shirt some more. With the several shirts we made that day, we didn't have any issues with the heat curing process. It was very, very simple once you got the hang of it. And once that heat cure process is done, your shirt is complete. I am super impressed with the quality on the shirt and the fact that it is on a black shirt and that white really pops off. I picked a ghost image on purpose just because I wanted to see how well the white would do with this printer. So I must say that this process was very quick. However, I am using the larger of the 2 printers that we're going to discuss. So in the demo, I am using the F2270, which is the larger, faster printer of the 2 that I am going to compare. So keep that in mind when you're watching the video, and keep that in mind when you see this shirt and just how large that print is when I hold it up. Like, it's a super large print. However, you can get a smaller version of the same type of printer from Epson. So the 2 printers from Epson are the F1070 and the F2270. So these are both DTG printers that offer a DTF option. So you can do DTG or DTF if you would like. The F1070 is more of a hobbyist or starter printer, where the F2270 is more production and volume for those small businesses. The F1070 has a 10 by 12 work area, whereas the F2270 has a 16 by 20 work area. So it is quite a bit larger. And then as far as speed, the F1070, when printing that 10 by 12 area, it would take about 5 minutes depending on your image. The F2270 for a 10 by 12 image would take about 2 minutes. So it's around twice as fast or a little faster than that. The F1070 overall dimensions are 35 by 28 by 17, whereas the F2270 overall dimensions are 39 by 54 by 20. And then there is a pretty large difference in price, with the F1070 starting at around $5,000, where the F2270 starts around $13,000. And I did just want to add in a note that both of these run on regular electricity, so you don't have to have anything special to run these printers, which I was impressed by that, because obviously these are large printers, and then that second option, the 2270, can definitely be used for business purposes. However, you would not need any special electrical requirements to run it. So both of these would be great for a small business starting out and you want to get into printing directly on garments and have the option to print direct to film. Now, the smaller of the two might be for you hobbyists that just want to have a printer to print directly on shirts. There are probably people out there that would want that, but I see both of these printers as more of for small business use because of how expensive they are. However, if you've been looking for a DTF printer and you're like, well, I would rather just print directly on my shirt rather than have the powder and the curing and everything that goes along with DTF, then a DTG printer could just be for you. Now, I do want to note for both of these printers, if you use the DTF option, it will print directly on the film, but then you will have to manually powder as well as cure that print. So do be aware of that before you decide that these printers are for you and your DTG and DTF needs. So finally, is DTG right for you? So let's talk pros and cons of DTG printing overall. So DTG printing is full color. It includes white. You get great photo quality out of these printers. You're printing directly on the shirt, so you don't have to worry about that adhesive layer. And there's not a heavy hand feel once you print on your shirt. The black shirts or dark garments will have a heavier hand feel than white, because the white, we're not even using the white ink layers and you don't need the pre-treatment. It is going to feel really, really great on the shirt. The darker garments will have a bit of a hand feel, but it's definitely a lighter hand feel because you don't have that adhesive layer that you would have with something like DTF. The cons are going to be the upfront cost as well as needed pre-treated garments, especially for those darker shirts. And then just the maintenance of a printer like this. With a printer like this, you are going to want to, be able to print regularly. You are going to want to follow all the maintenance procedures. Now, while the maintenance that they walk through with us seemed fairly simple, it is going to require some time for you. So when you start up, you're going to have some things where you need to print some check sheets. When you stop at the end of the day, you are going to need to do some maintenance things, and then you'll need to do some maintenance things regularly. If you are not printing on this machine regularly, you are going to have issues. So be sure that if you invest in a DTG printer, you are willing to print regularly on it. So personally, when would I use DTG printing? So when I have a cotton garment, when I have a dark garment that I can pre-treat, DTG is great for that because I don't have to mess with the powder, the adhesive of DTF. I can just print directly on the garment. However, if I had something that was white and polyester, I would go sublimation every single time because I do feel like it is a better option because it becomes a part of the fabric and lasts the life of the fabric itself. So it just depends on what you're printing, what you want to make, and your budget as far as which one will be right for you. So I hope this video helps you if you've heard the acronym DTG and you have no idea what it is. This video is definitely for you. I hope that this video helps explain what DTG is, what it can be used for, and whether or not it's right for you or not. And I even compared a couple of printers if you are interested in DTG and want to get into it. So now if you have any questions, you can drop down in the comment section and ask away. You can also chime in there if you would like to see more DTG content, and I will definitely consider that. If you like this video and it helped you, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, head on over to my YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button. I have videos about printing on apparel all the time, and trust me, you don't want to miss any of those videos. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and stay tuned right here on YouTube for another creative, crafty video. Thanks y'all. Bye-bye.